Hey, I'm Nicole, your host of the Work, Wealth, and Travel podcast. On this show, we're going to be talking tangible action that you can take in order to achieve the life you thought was only achievable after retirement. Everything you want now in life, you can have it. Will it take hard work, patience, and uncomfortable growth? You bet it will, but it will be so worth it. On this show, we will be deep diving into the topics of lifestyle design, travel, entrepreneurship, and everything in between. I myself am a global citizen and world traveler who left my home country and conventional lifestyle behind for a life of adventure and following my passions. And that's exactly what I want for you. It's your time to love your work, build your wealth, and create the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Let's do this. Hello, and welcome to the first solo episode of this podcast that I have recorded in a while. And it feels nice to just be me and my microphone. I have had a ton of amazing guest speakers on the podcast lately, and I have learned so much. So I hope that you have from the episodes that have been released in the past few weeks. And just to let you know, there are a ton, and I mean really, truly a ton. There are months and months of new podcast episodes in the works from experts who are in many different industries, from finances, accounting, different countries around the world, wellness, fitness, all relating to the nomad perspective and speaking through a nomadic lens. So I learned so much from those guests. I know you will too. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified when new episodes come out every single Wednesday. But this is going to be a pretty short episode because I have some very exciting news that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. And it is going to be a little bit of an upgrade of how this podcast is going to operate, which I am so looking forward to. And I know is really going to benefit you as a digital nomad or somebody who is looking to start out in this lifestyle. I know that the way that this podcast is going to be evolving in the next few weeks is going to be such a game changer for you. So let's dive right into what that looks like. If you follow me on Instagram, you may already know I've spoken about this in a few different mediums on Instagram. So if you don't follow me, then make sure to head to my Instagram at nomadniques, or the link is also in the show notes below. But the exciting news is that we are going to be having a new co-host on some of the episodes, not all, but on some of the really raw, unfiltered episodes, talking about the nitty gritty, the good, the bad, everything of being a digital nomad. And so right now, if you are a routine listener, I guess is the right word, a normal listener, I don't know, then you will know that new episodes drop on Wednesdays. So I'm going to be having some episodes dropping on Fridays. It's not going to be every Friday. It will be once or twice a month. And I will be posting on my Instagram when those episodes are released. But these episodes specifically are going to be with my new co-host. So the Wednesday episodes are going to be solo episodes or with guests, doing interviews, doing the more formal podcast recordings. And Friday is going to be a lot more unfiltered, talking about the behind the scenes of being a digital nomad. And this segment is going to be called Digital Nomad Digest. So we are literally just going to go into it. If you have any questions about being a digital nomad, about anything at all pertaining to this lifestyle, then the Friday episodes are the place to ask those questions, because we're going to be diving into everything and anything. So my co-host, and her Instagram is linked below, is named Camille, and she is from Brazil, and she has also been a full-time digital nomad for many years, traveling the world, working online. She has her own podcast, so she knows how this goes. And we are experts in different areas, which I think is so beautiful. I wanted to bring somebody onto this show who could showcase a different side of the digital nomad life. And she is really going to bring this to life on this show. So if you know me and the episodes I've spoken about in the past, then you will probably know I love to talk about taxes, crypto, finances, residency options, all for being a digital nomad and being a full-time world traveler. And that has always been how my brain works. It's always been very analytical. However, she is very in touch with the other end of the spectrum, which I love. And I'm so excited to learn from her. So from her side of things, we're going to be chatting about health and wellness and spirituality and relationships and that side of things that, of course, I have such an interest in, but has never really been my true area of expertise. Of course, and I'm totally willing to say that, of course, that you can never be an expert in every single area. And I love my interests. I love what I talk about and who I help and what I do. But she's really going to showcase another side of the digital nomad life on this podcast. So this podcast is going to be very well-rounded in all aspects. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope that you are too. So that is the latest update with the podcast. So new episodes will be every Wednesday as normal. And then it will be some Fridays, not every Friday, some Fridays. But I will be posting on my Instagram when new episodes are out, or simply just refresh your podcast player, whichever one you use. I am on all of them. And then you will be able to listen on some of the Fridays. So that is a quick little update. Now, for my life update is so exciting. I am in a country that I have been waiting months and months to be in, and that is Paraguay. If you have listened to any of my past episodes, which I'm sure you have, so thank you, then you will know that Paraguay is somewhere I have been meaning to come for quite a long time for tax and residency purposes. And so finally, I'm here. The process has started. It has been a very exciting journey, although it was really just one day of submitting all of my documents. And then it's just waiting for the next few months. I will be waiting, and then the next steps are in the works whenever the waiting is over, I guess. So it's been really nice to explore this city, to really see everything it has to offer after hearing so much about it and waiting months to actually come here. So that is my little life update in a really cozy Airbnb in the city center, just relaxing, working, getting to know this city and learn more about it. We're going to do a free walking tour. I have a blog post up all about free walking tours. If you have any questions about those, then head to my blog, nomadneeks.com/blog, and you will see I have a pretty new blog post about walking tours up there. I love doing walking tours in a new city. It just teaches me so much about the history, the culture that I literally would have never, ever known otherwise unless I do extensive Google researching. But it's so much nicer to just walk around a city and explore by yourself that way. So that is the life update, the podcast update, what you can be expecting in a few short weeks' time. I know it is going to be coming up very soon. And be sure to check me out on Instagram, follow me there, know the latest and the greatest of when the podcast is going to be released, these new Digital Nomad Digest segments. And if there is anything specific that you want me to touch on or talk about, me and my co-host Camille, then you can always message me on Instagram. My DMs are always open. I reply to all of my messages. So head over to Instagram there and let's chat. If you have any specific questions, we would love to chat about those. So thank you for joining me. There will be a new episode out tomorrow of the podcast because it is Wednesday tomorrow. So I have a new guest episode out tomorrow. This was such a great episode. Be sure to listen in 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and I will catch you then.